Daffy, where's the Kagurabachi videos? Daffy, where's the Kagurabachi videos? Hold on, editor. Look at me. Look at my face. Do you see what's going on here? I look like I got punched in my shit. It literally looks like someone just hit me with the Rob Stone with X, bro. God damn. Also, by the way, I make other videos besides Kagurabachi, so you could check those out if you'd like to. Just saying. Bunch of ungrateful bastards. Yes, everybody, we are back for some more Kagurabachi content. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did have all my wisdom teeth taken out, so that's why I'm talking kind of funny in this video. Much apologies to you guys if this is the only video that you'll have this. But a lot of you have been harassing me to talk about Kagurabachi, and I usually talk about it over on Twitter, but a lot of you guys want videos on Kagurabachi, so I decided to do a batch chapter review and kind of go over the past couple of chapters that's been going on within the Kagurabachi media, because a lot of interesting stuff has been revealed, and I want to talk about some things and get it off my chest. Also, by this point, if you're not subscribed, I'm actually just going to be inside your house tonight at like around 7:23 CST, and I'm going to hit you with a brick, so just make sure you're subscribed, please. So when we last left off of Kagurabachi, we were having a more introspective look into Samura and Iori's relationship, and we actually ended off the previous chapter that I ended on with Yora actually coming to the house and offering a proposition to Samura. And so throughout this whole Seitei War flashback that we've been alluding to, and that's being the groundwork that's being laid upon, a lot of people have questions regarding what actually happened, because consistently we're getting propaganda from both sides. We're getting propaganda from Japan saying that, oh, well, these people on Shikoku Island, they came and they invaded Japan and we had to defend ourselves, and unfortunately went too far. But then you actually have Yura saying that, oh no, these people actually came ashore, and we have the reveal actually that, yeah, well, these people are, their bodies naturally mesh with the Detensky. At some point they actually offered up a peace treaty. Now, a peace treaty was not formed until the Shinuchi actually was made, so a lot of people have actually come to the theory that Kunishige himself is from Shikoku Island, or Chihiro's mother is. We still don't know who Chihiro's mother is. Now, we do have that kind of Chekhov's gun, that DNA test that's running around, where they're like, oh, is he actually Kunishige's son? Now, obviously, do I think that DNA test is a waste of money? I mean, obviously. I mean, fucking look at Chihiro. That's literally, he's a clone of his dad. But as far as his mother goes, I could definitely see some goofy, wacky stuff going on with his mother in relation from being from the Shikoku Island and Kunishige's relationship with her, because nobody else had the level of detail and respect for Detensky that Kunishige has. I think it's very interesting. It's gotta be for a reason. Kunishige is very intimate with it, so I hope that Hokuzono comes to reveal some of that in the future. So Yuta says the heroes encroached into the enemy's territory. At this point, the end of the war is in sight. The enemy flew a white flag, and actually there was a royal family at the head of the Shikoku Island, and we still don't have a name for these people, but we know that there was a patriarchal system in place. Now, we still don't have a name for these people, but we do know they had a parliamentary system in place, where having a king or a royal family as the head, and everybody else kind of falls below instead of different branches of government like we have over here in the US. And according to Yuta, peace actually occurred for a brief moment, but the Sword Saint said no, they must be annihilated. And he killed over 200,000 people. 200,000 bumbleclot people, and ended this whole civilization. Glassed their entire island. Gone with malediction. Now, malediction is this almost apocalypse type ability that was brought upon with the Shinuchi. We actually get this cool detail where you have a mother and a son holding each other before the peace treaty ends because they're scared of what happens, and then we actually move forward 2 pages and we actually see their skeletons to further sink in this idea these people were eradicated. You have a lot of themes of ethnic cleansing within this manga, and I haven't seen anything like this personally. Maybe Naruto with the Uzumaki clan and how they were treated, and themes of racism within that, I think would probably be the closest theme I could have in relation to this, but this is very interesting. But there's still a bunch of pieces missing here that I feel. So Yuta talks about, oh, it's only afterward that the 5 other enchanted blade wielders were able to stop him and the sword master remains locked up. But my thing is why do Uraha and Samura still feel so guilty, as well as Kunoshige. They feel so guilty if the Swordmaster himself was the one that caused the malediction and killed these people. Why do they're all grown. Why do they feel so guilty about what he did? It doesn't make sense. We still don't have the full picture, but this is why I desperately want a Journey to Shikoku Island arc. That would be so fire. We get like a costume change for the main cast, we get a new change of scenery, uncovering a bunch of secrets on some like heavenly delusion shit. That would be fire. I would like that a lot. Hokuzono, please make it happen, please. But something just, it doesn't add up to me. Something does not feel right to me. And even Samura says, how much does he know? So until we actually get a flashback, I think we're just going to keep getting propaganda from both sides. I think Yuta knows as well. And Yuta talks about as long as the Swordmaster lives, the malediction or the calamity will occur in the future yet again. Now, I don't necessarily know if Yuta has foresight. I hope he doesn't, but it would kind of make sense with him being this kind of like devil-like character. We will see, but I think this is a play. I don't necessarily know if this is true or not. Now, what Yuta does say is that apparently the bloodlust from the Swordmaster, it never left. Even after Shinichi killed those people, he was still taken over. So we know that the Sword Saint himself was Kunoshige's closest friend, and we know that given Kunoshige's character, he would not just give this to somebody and know that they would actually do something like this. That we know that he actually trusts people, and like Samura at his heart is a good guy. Uraha in his heart is a good person. We know this. So I don't think that Kunoshige would give this to some Satan worshipping psycho. It doesn't make sense to me. So we know that the Shinichi has a hold over somebody, kind of like the black suit, and even actually when it was remote controlling Kyora's almost dead body, it almost killed an arena full of people. I don't know if there's something necessarily about the Detensky within the Shinichi specifically. I'm a bit unsure. And actually, we come to find out that Samura actually tried to get ahead of the problem and tell the Kamunabi, but the Kamunabi were like, oh no, this doesn't happen. Oh, it is a prediction. It's not gonna happen. They didn't take him seriously, and Samura tried to do the right thing and speak up, but they did. They were like, oh, well, the Sword Saint, he's locked up. Nothing's gonna happen to him. And really, the failsafe is the eternal contracts. And I understand it doesn't make sense to kill the Sword Saint but then kill Uraha, Samura, and the other blade wielders since they technically had nothing to do with it. Allegedly, but I don't know. But the Kaminami leader that Samura was talking to was saying that, oh, it's a possibility. It's slim. We don't know this to be fact. You don't need to sacrifice your lives for such a slim possibility. And Samura's freaking out because obviously, who else lives in his country? His daughter. So he's freaking out. He's saying, this man showed up to my house, killed these guards. What do you want me to do? He's taking this as life or death. And at his heart, we know that Samura ultimately is a good guy. He wants to protect his daughter, just like any sane father would. And as far as their relationship goes, we have explored a bit deeper in Chapter 73, where in Chapter 73, we see all the things that Iori went through because it was revealed that she was Samura's daughter. We see them bonding a little bit more, and she's telling Samura these stories about how people said that he was a hero in class, and oh, your dad's so cool, I was blown away, and all this different stuff. And they are bonding over the respective grief of Iori's mother. But then actually, as we get into the chapter a bit deeper, we understand that Iori was actually lying and she didn't want to break Samura's heart. She's being viciously bullied day in and day out. They're calling her father a murderer. He's a terrible person. Kids are calling her father a murderer, a psycho. How could he do this to all these people? She's getting beaten. She's got glue poured on her hair. Her hair's falling out. She's getting into fights. She's going through hell every day at school. There's literal graffiti outside of their home. And there's little graffiti saying that Samura is a terrorist, he's a murderer, a psycho outside. And Iori is doing her very best to make sure Samura feels none of this because she doesn't want Samura to leave her, just like her mother left her, and to leave her again like he has previously. And Iori is doing her very best to keep Samura around because she once again does not want to be the reason why Samura leaves. Samura left previously for his own religious conviction. He felt that he couldn't hug and hold his daughter with his hands, and now that he actually is in her life, Iori wants to keep him around. No matter how bad things are getting at school and the things that she's enduring, she loves her dad truly, and she doesn't want him to leave. And we know that Samura loves his daughter. He has tremendous love for the daughter that he brought into this world, but the problem is that he is so caught up in wanting to protect her, he's actually hindering her own development as a young woman. Lying to her, erasing her memories, these are things that are gonna get done. You're robbing her of these experiences. Her experiences make her her. When you take away her memories, she is almost a totally different girl. This isn't the little girl that you raised. You don't know her from Adam. But when you actually have these memories and you have these experiences, this is who I raised. And on page 18 of chapter 73, we have Samura actually listening to Iori sobbing herself to sleep, and he actually puts it together just what exactly is happening to her when he's not around, all the abuse that she's facing. And we actually get this very chilling panel of Samura imagining herself hanging in her own room due to the constant stress and bullying. And Samura, of course, wants to spare her from this, and thus he actually decides to fully go through with taking her memories away. But ultimately, I think that this is, it's a misplay. Now, actually, when I read the end of chapter 73 and Samura picked up the phone, I thought that he was calling somebody over to the Rokuhiro household. But no, we actually get it revealed in chapter 74 that Yura already killed Kunishige, or had Kunishige killed. So Samura technically had nothing to do with it. So that theory is put to bed. I think that makes Samura a lot more sympathetic in my personal opinion, because I would have been a bit upset if he actually did end up killing Rokuhiro, because they were close friends. He helped mentor Chihiro a little bit and all this stuff. So to have him supposedly track down Kunishige by Chihiro sent to their house and have them killed, that would be a bit much. So I'm glad Hokuzono did not do that. And now it's funny, so actually at the end of chapter 73, Samura tells Shiba, I'm counting on you to protect Rokuhiro. And now obviously Rokuhiro is the last name of Chihiro as well as Kunishige. Now the next panel goes to Chihiro, but it could mean Kunishige as well, because Kunishige obviously knew that Shiba had his location at all times, and Shiba is actually late. He had to make something else, and he was surprised when he got there and Kunishige was killed. So I think that it was just generally like, keep this family safe. You need to keep this family safe for the sake of the future. We can't let this kind of stuff happen. We cannot let the malediction happen again. So as we go through chapter 74, we have Yuta actually literally putting his dick on the table and slapping on Samura's forehead and saying, you will cooperate with the Shishaku. You will do what we tell you, because you're afraid of that malediction. Whether I'm lying or not, you know that's a possibility and it could happen, and you're not going to take that risk because your daughter's in here and you're not going to play with her life. That makes Yuta incredibly threatening. And one thing actually I do appreciate is Yuta's facial expressions, they're all the same. So when he actually does smile, when he actually does like laugh in Samura's face, I think it's going to be very imposing and shocking. I like how blank and you can't really read it, as opposed to somebody like Chihiro or like Samura in this current instance, where you can see like the anger and the grief on his face. So Yuta says something pretty interesting. He says that the small country has been sealed off, but the flowers the Shinichi caused to bloom still persist. Their pure spirit energy. Were the battle truly over, they disappear. Those flowers are proof that the Swordmaster's bloodlust never waned after the war. Yo, do you realize how crazy this is? This nigga was so hungry for some more bodies, even locked up. He still got the strap on him. He's still ready. That is insane, bro. That's fucking crazy. This man is in jail and he's ready for some shit to pop off at any moment. He's moving like Tai Lung. Bro, what? Hella aura. You know what? Actually, I can't even lie. We got the most aura I've seen Kagurabachi yet at the end of this chapter. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting there. So Yuta says that his end goal is to execute the Swordmaster and wield the Shinuchi himself. It was the Swordmaster who caused the true realm of the Shinuchi to manifest as the malediction. Thus, my goal would in fact serve to end the malediction. Now, as to what exact purpose he is, I don't know. Maybe he wants to rule a country or something like that. That'd be a little basic, and I kind of don't want that to happen, but we will see. Now, actually, I was incorrect in what I just said here. Yuta actually is standing here and he says, your daughter's no longer with you. And then Samura says, being with me is only hurting her. So either A, Yuta scouted the house out previously, or when he was standing there, he just scanned the house and just, I guess, was scanning for her spiritual energy, I guess. But that's kind of unnerving that he just kind of knew nobody else was in the house besides Samura. And so Yuta is posing himself as an ally to Samura, but we all know, bro, you can't trust this dude for shit. Now, Samura's plan is, oh, I'm just gonna kill everybody, then myself, and everything will be good. But we know about Yuta, I don't think that's gonna, bro. again, I talked about this. He is going to laugh in your face. He is going to, like, his mouth is going to split open by his jaw. He's just going to cackle at you like a demon if you think that he's going to let you kill him. You are insane. Like, if I'm Yuta, that's the first thing I'm thinking of. Oh, as soon as he helps me kill the Swordmaster, he's going to try to kill me. Oh, well. Samura's goal is literally, nah, I'd win. That is insane. So about 3 years occur, and then Samura actually leaves Iori with her aunt, and then 6 months after that, so 3 years and 6 months later, she actually gets her memory wiped. And all of those things that she went through, all those terrible, horrible things she does come to forget, but all of the good times, those end up going away too. All of the happy memories of them cooking together, them having little races in the street, her mother's smile, those end up going away too. And that's the message that Hokuzono is trying to sell, that through all of your experiences, through all of your trauma, your heartbreak, your joy, your happiness, you are who you are because of what you have experienced. And I think this is actually a good poignant message to leave with the audience. And Samura actually left her a note. He says, "I'm sorry I caused you nothing but pain, Dad." And we obviously have Iori's teardrops hitting this paper. And it's sad, man, because Samura truly does love and care for his daughter. There's not an ounce of malice in his body for this young girl. He just wants to keep her safe. And he can't with everything going on. Now, why doesn't he just move her out of Japan? I have no idea. I have no idea. That would be the most logical choice of action for me, but I guess that might follow him. I guess, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But I feel like throughout all this, bro, like I hear like, oh, this malediction, this cataclysmic event's gonna happen. We're getting out of Japan. I'm not messing with that. I'm good. Thank you. And so actually, one of the funniest things in Kagurabachi that's happened. So actually, when we come back to the present time, Chihiro has successfully landed the EI White Purity style slash, and actually, Yuriko hits the floor, and he tells Toto, get the gun, get the enchanted blood, get the gun. Bro, as soon as this man lost the fight, he said, go pop the trunk, get the gun right now, get the gun right now. Yo, he couldn't squabble. Yo, I love how like Hiriko's eyes are just like offset. People think that's an error. I think that's on purpose, bro. He's looking crazy in this panel. Bro, they gotta make this look hilarious in the anime, please, God. And so as more of these gang members close in on Iori and Chihiro hops in to help her, they start talking a little bit, and we get this cool little moment where she actually says, as long as I close my eyes, I'm good. I don't have to see the blood. And Chihiro's like, huh? He's like, what? But yes, this entire time as she was training, she was mimicking her father. She wanted to be as strong as her father and to be able to defend him. And so she's been mimicking his style for forever. So fighting blind is just natural to her. It's pretty cool. Unrealistic, but it's a shonen. I don't fucking care. She actually looks up at the sky and she says, is that my dad? He's looking for us. And she says, so it was meaningless. No matter how much I struggled, my feelings could never reach him. And Chihiro, he thinks on this and he's like, you know, she ultimately, her feelings broke through the seal and she wants to see her dad. She wants to be Samura's daughter, no matter how painful it is. Who are we to rob her of this? And Chihiro has one of his best moments that we have in this entire manga, and he says, it wasn't meaningless. You can reach him now. He pulls off his gloves and he actually attempts to draw out Enten. Dude, this moment for Chihiro, oh my goodness. We have seen Chihiro's empathy shine through his character time and time again. We've seen it with Hakuri, we've seen it with Tenri's death, we've seen it with Yuta when he broke down crying, asking Yuta, why did you kill my dad? Like, all of these things. Chihiro, well, he looks like a villain, but he thinks to himself, if this was me, if this was my dad, I would do anything to see him. I would do anything to get those memories back. Bad or good. And Chihiro, ultimately, he gives it to her. She says, you can reach him now. And Iori says, even if it's for just for one moment, I want to see my father. Ladies and gentlemen, we get the best 3 pages of Kagurabachi yet. We have, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself. Grab a seat. We have a 2-way spread. Chihiro, Enten, Hirohiko, Kumeyuri. And then we see feathers fall down from the heavens, and we see Samura drawing Tobimune with the angels of death looking like Sephiroth. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, oh, I wish I could be louder, but my mouth hurts, and I'm trying, y'all, But y'all, this is some pink for real. Pure Kino, pink! It's pink! Ladies and gentlemen, this you cannot tell me. Look at me. You cannot tell me that this is not an ode to the JJK. They're hitting 120% of their potential spread. You can't tell me it's not that, bro. This is it's the exact same angle and everything. This is hype. Look at the artwork. Look at the detail on the hands, the wings, bro. Samara just aura farming for no, bro. Why are you aura farming in front of your daughter? Why are you aura farming in front of your daughter? That's what I'm gonna do when I be a dad someday. So I mean, I get it. You know, I want to look as cool as possible. But oh my god, people was talking about their reused panels and Hokuzono, he's reusing panels. You can't do this. Oh, you see the art? Oh my god, that shit got me wet. Oh, Hokuzono, you digging in me? Oh. I had to compose myself, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to compose myself. My bad. My bad. Nah, this chapter was peak chapter. So throughout all of these that we just went through, we are repeatedly sold this message that throughout all this, Samura ultimately just wants to protect his daughter. It's all for her. None of it is out of malice. I'm glad that he ultimately wasn't the reason that Kunishige got killed. His plan is still idiotic to me. That you're there's no contingency for the Hishaku simply just being stronger than you and having a plan for you, but I kind of get it. But this is a phenomenal spread of these chapters, man, and this is great for Chihiro's character. I love that we're being consistent with his empathy and wanting to help people no matter what. It may be corny, but him saying that, him ultimately taking the risk and literally knowing that as soon as I draw this, Samura's gonna be on us like white on rice. He said, fuck it. He literally said, fuck it, you're gonna, he literally, Hirohiko knew he was gonna die too as soon as Samura showed up. He's like, you know what, fuck it, I guess we're both dying today. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, you got some fucking cojones on you for this, Chihiro. I'm not pulling that shit out so I can have this fucking Devil May Cry ass nigga fly out of the sky to come kill me. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
And then also just to briefly give my thoughts over the latest chapter of Kagurabachi, because it is more of an action-oriented chapter. I do like the fake out that Hokuzono did, where you flip the page and you think, holy shit, like Hirohiko and Todo just died. And actually, when we go deeper into the chapter, we find out Kumayuri's abilities. Now, actually, one interesting thing with Kumayuri is Banquet, its first ability, which is to induce intoxicating hallucinations. Now, if you know, geishas were primarily used for prostitution purposes in feudal Japan, as well as the Edo period and etc. But one thing that is told to us as the audience is that Hirohiko actually himself has suffered massive sexual trauma in his youth. The first time he ever killed somebody, it was when he was a toddler and somebody was trying to sexually assault him. I do hope that Hokuzono will be able to kind of touch on just like how damaged he is and why he has such this affinity for Chihiro, because he is so broken. Like he has never known true affection a day in his life. I mean, Yuta doesn't care about Hirohiko at all. So when he actually finds a peer, he actually finds somebody that he can relate to. It's in this demented, twisted way. There's nothing wholesome about it. So I'm hoping we might get to see that before he dies. I'm not entirely sure. I don't even know if Hirohiko is going to die before this arc ends, to be honest with you. I hope he doesn't. I like having him around. I think he's a very good antagonist for Chihiro to deal with, but we will see. I'm not entirely sure. And so Chihiro actually ends up using Nishiki on his inner ear to counteract the illusion. So I guess you can actually use your sorcery on the inside. What anime was it that you could like use your was it Naruto? Who in Naruto used a ninjutsu on themselves? I might be thinking of something else. Let me know down in the comments below. Does anybody else know what I'm thinking about? It's some shonen where they're like using. No, I'm not thinking of fucking Ed Shot from My Hero. That's not who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of something else. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Ed when he was using the stone on himself because he got impaled by the rebar. Yeah. That's what I remember. And a lot of people are saying that Enten got the short end of the stick when it came to these enchanted blade abilities. And I don't think so. With Enten, actually, it's so versatile, and allegedly it might be the only blade that can break the other ones. Even the Kaminabi themselves were shocked when Chihiro just straight up said, yeah, I broke Cloud Gouger. They're like, there's no fucking way. And as we know, all the blades you can evolve. They evolve with their wielders. So as far as what Enten's true form is well, if it ends up being a dragon, like some people theorize with the goldfish turning into a dragon thing from Japanese mythology. Will it turn out to be just some big ass sunfish? I have absolutely no idea. It'd be cool to see. I mean, I'm excited to see it. And Chihiro actually calls out for Samura to actually protect his daughter, to just drop everything what he's doing. Everybody got caught in the illusion that Hirohiko laid upon them, and whether or not that Samura thinks that it's time for Hirohiko and Todo to die, whether he thinks that Chihiro needs to die, he needs to set everything aside and ultimately protect his daughter, because he still has a dad's instincts. And so I like Chihiro using this moment to kind of relate to Samura. And then at the end of the chapter, we have Yuta as well as Hatshaku, and they are above the Kamunabi headquarters, and I guess they're about to extract the Shinichi or something. They're planning an attack simultaneously while the raid is going on at the hotel. Are there any big hitters in the Kamunabi headquarters? I would hope so. Maybe Hiyuki's there, maybe Shiba's there, I don't know. But Yuta looks up in the sky, and there's the sky is clear, and Hatshaku looks down and he starts ripping these tree roots out of the ground. So I guess he's trying to just straight up take the Shinichi out of Kabunabi's hands, like taking candy from a baby, literally. I mean, they're basically defenseless, because it's not like Samura's gonna stop what he's doing and just immediately go over there. So we will see. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think is gonna happen with Yuta and Hatshaku and the Kabunabi headquarters. Let me know what you guys think about Samura's entrance and just this past couple of chapters with Kagurabachi. I'm very curious to see what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. It's me, your boy Daffy, guys, and I will see you in the next video. For real this time. I just had to get these extra thoughts out because my editor gave this to me late. Azri, you piece of shit. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about these past couple chapters of Kagurabachi. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Let me know what you guys think of Samura's character. Let me know what you guys think of Iori as a character. I think Iori is going to be a bit of a mainstay. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be a death flag for Samura. I can't see him dying in this current fight. It doesn't make sense. He's the most powerful one in the room, obviously. Look at this fucking last panel. I mean, bro, he's mogging everybody. But I don't know. We will see. So I don't know if Samura's gonna die and Iori's gonna take over Tomimune. I mean, maybe, but I mean, if Iori dies, it's gonna be real bad for the Hishaku and Kabunabi if that happens. So we will see. But yeah, it's all out war in Kagurabachi right now, man. I am so excited to see what the next chapter holds. And yeah, it's your boy Daffy, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Much thanks to the members of the channel. If you would like to be a member, just click down below. It's real easy. I try to get as cheap as I can. I can't make it any cheaper. It's just really just help me out. I really appreciate it. Thank you also if you made it to the end of this video for listening to me and my, silly sounding voice. I promise I will be better for the next video. But yeah, it's me, boy Daffy, guys. I will see you in the next video. Y'all make sure you take care of yourselves, guys, and have a damn good one. Peace.